Oh, is it too dark? Okay, let's go. Hey, you guys!
We're here!
We're sitting here trying to decide if the lighting's too dark. So, maybe if I tap on my screen, let's see. That doesn't lighten it up, does it? Alright, well, you guys, I have Christy Tauti. You guys have probably seen me posting all about her lately. She is amazing. So we're going to get to know her a little bit more today. I just want to make sure this is, okay, good, we got people. Last time I did this, Christy, I did this whole video in the kitchen, and it took me like 15 minutes, and then it never ended up
posting?
Yeah, it didn't record at all. I had to do it all over again.
So you had no comments the whole time?
No, I had no comments. And okay, lighting is okay. Sounds good.
Thank you,
Hi, guys. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about her. So Christy is actually my trainer and coach, so she is legit. I will vouch for her. She's an IFBB figure pro, and she's also an amazing Spartan athlete. So we're going to learn a whole bunch of things about her today. But
I told her to say all this.
She did. She was like, here's some money under the table.
Here's your notes.
Exactly. So first of all, we kind of gather an audience. We were both kind of wondering, what do you guys like to see on Facebook Lives? Do you like to see kitchen recipes? Do you like to see workout demos? What do you like to do, Christy, on Facebook Live?
I like to do workout demos. Yeah.
Facebook Live. That's kind of nice, huh?
I've done the cooking demos and stuff too.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you give people recipes, they see it, or they see the recipe, but they don't see how to do it.
Yes.
And that kind of seals the deal for them when they see it.
Yeah, when they see how easy things are.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Yeah, totally. So what do you guys like? Recipes and workouts? Thank you for the feedback, Daisy. What else? Do you guys like it when we just sit here and chat with you? Sometimes.
Want to watch us put our makeup on?
Yeah, I know. Seriously, we'll use the camera as a mirror. We'll be like this. Or like Lip Sense. What do they do? Those videos. Elle likes workouts much better. Workout circuits. And do you guys like workouts that you can follow along to, or just that you kind of watch and get ideas? Oh, someone's moving to Salt Lake. That's awesome. If you're here for August, you should come to the Your Ideal Transformation event. It's going to be so fun. Ab exercises. Yes, good idea.
How do they sign up for that?
Oh, yes, you can sign up on Ideal Fit's website. If you just go to shop and scroll all the way to the bottom, it's there. Or I have a link. It is trainerlindsayfit.com/live event. Okay, so that will work too.
I'll come too.
Yes, Christy will be there also. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So just to start out, we're going to hear a little bit about Christy's background. So why don't you tell us how you got, what's the word?
Started in competing?
Yes, started in competing. I was going to say like certified as a figure. That's not how.
Oh.
How did you, how did you get started in competing?
So I played sports all through high school, all the sports, and then going into college there was nothing for me to do besides study. And so my senior year I did a competition, and it's crazy because it was supposed to be an obstacle competition.
Oh,
and
really?
then you turn around and put your bikini on and do figure right after.
That would be perfect for you.
Yeah, so I did it only for the obstacle portion, but I ended up winning both.
Oh, of course you did.
And that was the year that my husband and I got engaged and got married. I think he liked that.
It's like, I'll take the winner of that one and the winner of that one.
Yeah. So anyway, that was in 2001. I ended up competing for 11 years. I had 2 children during the process, so I competed until 2012.
Awesome. That's cool. And so why did you stop competing, and what transitioned you into obstacle racing?
Because I'd competed for so long, and just because you're asking, I accomplished what I wanted to with that. I received my pro card in 2006. And then,
if you guys don't know, that's a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, once you're a pro, you're always pro, so I feel like I had arrived, I had made it, and because I do coaching for athletes and stuff, I felt like I was leading the way for them, being a good example.
Yeah.
So turning pro, and then I competed from 2006 to 2012. During that time, when I got my pro card, my daughter was 1.
Oh, that's amazing.
So after kids, yes, you guys can still compete.
You definitely can.
And then in 2011, my son was born, and 6 months later, I came back to stage.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. That is so cool.
That was actually the craziest time of my life, because we opened our gym in Oregon, my husband and I. 2 months later, I had my son. I was coaching 35 athletes for competing.
Oh my gosh.
And at 6 months, I took him back to stage.
Athletes that are competing are needy. Yeah. So needy. So to have 35. Oh, hi, Sarah. Sarah's on.
Oh, she's at the pool with my son right now.
Oh, she is. That's funny. Cool. So then how did you find obstacle racing?
So I knew kind of after I had competed long enough, I had done the Olympia 3 times and the Arnold Classic. So those are the biggest shows that you can do. I didn't win them, but I had done that, and I was looking for something different because I knew I couldn't compete forever. One of my clients told me that she had a free pass to a Spartan race. So the night before the race, my husband and I signed up. We watched some videos. What the heck are we doing here? And we went, and it was awesome.
And
immediately... No, I got second.
She got second.
But I immediately knew that this was my next sport. Because many of you guys, I mean, when you're competing or you're doing anything like that, hey, my husband's on there. Hey, Pachi!
Hi, Pachi!
You always have to have a goal out there and something that you're doing. And I just was lost after I thought I was going to be done with competing. So Spartan racing is my next thing.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So now, you've been Spartan racing since 2012? Did you say 11?
No, 13.
13,
Yeah.
okay. And so, what do you place? She always places what? Second?
Usually in the top, 2. I haven't won overall for...
She was so close last weekend, you guys. She was 6 seconds away.
Yes.
And while that's so amazing, I'm sure it's so frustrating at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't see the girl in front of me. She must have started in the corral right behind me and still got 6 seconds. But yeah, so I usually get second in overall for Spartan racing.
In competitive, not in just open. That's how cool she is. So the reason why I brought her on here, 2 things. First of all, she's going to tell us some ways to train or just her tips on obstacle racing. So that's kind of popular right now. So there's Spartans, there's Tough Mudders, Dirty Dash.
Rugged Maniac, Warrior Dash.
Yeah.
Lots of different ones. Yeah.
And then there's also just like just whatever your state or city has, I'm sure. So what are kind of some main tips you have?
Number 1 is going to be running. If you don't like to run, I don't want to say don't sign up for a race, but you definitely need to practice running because about 85% of the races are a run. And you can walk run, but it's almost like signing up for a swim meet and wanting to be successful and then doing all your training on a bike because you hate swimming.
Right.
Just doesn't really make sense, right?
That totally makes
So
sense.
find a way to be able to learn how to run.
And she's made me like running, you guys. You guys know, I've posted, I didn't used to like running, and I'm starting to like it. I want to do it like every day.
You have to have a purpose behind it, right?
Yeah,
You don't just
totally.
run to run.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, so number 1 is going to be running. Some of these races have burpees in them if you don't make the obstacle. And
They
Lindsay
sure do.
knows. Oh man, she did her race this weekend with us. Well, it was your second one, but your first.
Yeah, first like recently.
Really? Yeah,
the first
baby.
one. Actually, in Facebook memories from 5 years ago, it was 5 years ago today that I did the Beast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So the Beast was a 13-mile one. Lindsay did one this weekend, and I'm sure you guys all saw she totally wrecked her hand.
But they're doing so much better. You see how much better they're doing? Yeah.
Can I share your story?
Yeah, sure.
During the race,
There we go.
during the race, I looked over and Lindsay was gushing.
Because she had
blood.
finished like 30 minutes before.
No, not 30 minutes. Gushing blood, and I'm like, run to the end and get yourself fixed because you're bleeding all over. And she said, but that's cheating. She probably could have saved about 8 to 10 minutes off of her
maybe,
time.
yeah.
But we luckily had a paramedic right next to us who bandaged her up, and we took the time for that.
Yep.
And she did do her burpees, one hand burpees.
Yeah, I had to put like this hand on my fingertips, kind of. Yeah, it hurt so bad, and I couldn't tell what was wrong because it was like it was covered in blood,
Yes,
wasn't it?
blood, yes.
Yeah, and it was like throbbing pain. I couldn't tell. Like it ended up that my calluses were just completely ripped up, and they were so thick. Oh, so yucky. But I couldn't tell what
what
cut
it was, yeah.
or what it
And
was.
those last 3 obstacles were ones she would have rocked in because she can do 15 pull-ups without assistance easily. And so it was the monkey bars, rope climb, the traverse.
Yeah.
So anyway, she would have rocked those, and she
Maybe
did her
next
burpees
time.
anyway.
So yeah, that's what we did.
That's
So
history.
she placed second. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay.
So I was talking about burpees. Anyway,
burpees,
running and
burpees,
burpees.
yes.
Yeah. If you're doing a Spartan race and you can't do an obstacle or you slip off, then you need to do burpees. So I would definitely recommend practicing those.
A lot, probably.
Yeah. Lindsay laughs at me because I think positive thinking is the best way to go. And I tell her, if you have to do burpees, just think, oh, great, it's a break from my running.
Yeah, she says burpees are a great break from running. I'm like, yep, it's a great break.
What is your best way to start training and build your body?
We can go back to some of those.
Oh, perfect.
We'll come back to that question. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So what else for obstacle racing?
Obstacle racing, let's see, burpees. So I recommend that you want to do, if you're going to train for something, that you should establish a goal first. What is that goal that you want to do? You got a little leaf on your nose.
Do I? I'm just saving it for later.
Yeah.
We're outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely establish what your goal is, and then do some kind of assessment to figure out, are you progressing? Like a measurable assessment. Are you progressing towards those goals? For racing, you could do a timed mile, a timed burpee when you're starting, and then pull-ups, how many you can do. If you need a band, then just do them with the band, and then at the end of your goal, you'll see how much more you can do with that same band.
Yeah, use the same band the whole time.
So find a measurable way to establish those. Let's see what else. We're looking for tips.
Yeah, and then we can move into just increasing your fitness level in general, whatever you're ready to.
So we're still focusing on the Spartan obstacle races. Don't be afraid of the dirt and the mud.
Yeah. It kind of feels good.
Yeah.
At the end.
Well, when your adrenaline's going and everyone else is around there doing it, you don't even think about it.
Right.
But then when you look back at the pictures, did you see your pictures?
Yeah. Yes. You're so muddy. So one thing is just don't be afraid, because I was telling her before, I am just a big scaredy cat, and so like climbing up the cargo nets, like I knew I wouldn't be afraid because I've done this before, but 5 years ago before I'd done it at all, I was so scared to just climb up that high and then climb down. I think even this time I was like, it's not that high, it's not that high, it's not that high.
Yeah.
But it's once you have the adrenaline going and you're just like in the race, it's not that scary.
Yeah, and if you go and attack it, it feels better. But if you sit back and evaluate it, then the fear starts coming in, right?
Don't think too hard.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing is to find a community. I mean, if you go into SpartanRace.com or just Spartan.com, you can do coach finders for someone in your area, and usually they'll have a team or a community that can help support you. They have boot camps or classes.
So tell us about our team, or your team that you do.
Yeah,
I say our because I'm part of it, but it's her team.
Yeah. So we do classes Tuesday, Thursday mornings here in Utah at 6 a.m. because we all like to work out early in the morning. Yes. That's when beast modes come out, right?
Exactly.
Tuesday, Thursday, and you can find me, Christy Tauti, if you're interested in it. But it's good to find a community because people are pushing hard, they're committed, they share their stories. I mean, seeing the success at the end of the race with our other teammates was awesome and exciting. And that's what's going to keep you going on a day-to-day basis with your motivation.
Yeah.
So.
And if anyone's local, we are in like South Utah, South Salt Lake County. So come work out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be so fun.
Somebody got their trifecta.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what a trifecta is for Spartan races, there's 3 distances. One is the sprint, which is the one we just did, 3 to 5 miles. One is the super, which is 8 to 10 miles. And then one is the beast, which is 13 plus miles.
So how much is it usually?
Distance-wise?
Yeah, no, the 13 plus. Does it ever go above 15?
I wouldn't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
13 to 14 miles, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Are there any other questions specific to obstacle racing? Or we can move on to just general tips on increasing your fitness level. Because not everybody's into obstacle racing. Maybe you just want to be a better runner or just be more fit overall.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Some of the final things with obstacle racing is grip strength.
Yeah.
Definitely you need to be able to do grip strength. Pull-ups are going to be one of the best things. If you can't do one, train with a band. Because Lindsay can do them. She can run and jump over the walls. You got to play yourself over.
All the obstacles, honestly, were... I hate to use the word easy because the whole thing is not easy, but when you can do pull-ups,
you can do the obstacles.
You can do the obstacles. Yeah. It's just fine.
So grip strength, pull-ups, running, and practicing your burpees. Those are some of the main tips for Spartan racing.
Perfect.
Now we're moving on to overall fitness. What kind of questions do you guys have for overall fitness?
Yeah. If you, let's go. Did you find it more difficult to... we'll go back to some of these afterwards. We'll go do a general Q&A at the end. But let's see if there's anything about obstacle racing that we missed. Let's see. Okay.
While you're looking through, I just saw one that said, did you have a hard time toning your stomach after having kids? After my daughter, which was my first child, was no problem at all. Just things went right back into shape.
Like that.
And that doesn't happen for everybody. I have stretchy skin, so I didn't get stretch marks. And I was able to go back after my second child. My belly button didn't come back the same, and that's why I'm never competing again. I'm just kidding. No, after my second one, it wasn't as quick to come back, but it is definitely doable.
Awesome. Okay. There's some nutrition questions. We'll do some nutrition stuff at the end. Okay. All right. Let's go on to just general fitness tips, increasing your fitness level.
Okay, so I kind of talked about that in the racing, where you first need to establish a goal, whether it's to be stronger, faster, leaner, anything like that. Establish that goal. The second is to be able to find measurable progress. It's easy and hard to say, oh, I've accomplished my goal or I haven't, if you don't even really know what that goal is, right? So establishing a goal and then having a plan. Most people hire a trainer or coach. I have a coach. I am currently not working with him, but I will again. For the Spartan races, you have a coach. I mean, anybody at any level needs to have a coach for additional tips. A lot of times you get inside your own head.
Yeah, you think too much and you don't want to make too many decisions about your own self.
Based on your emotions or what you've done throughout the week, and so it's always good to have a coach. If you can't afford to do that, then definitely just find a plan. I mean, there's a lot of different resources to be able to find a plan for your goals. And then to be able to have positive thinking. I can't tell you how important that is. You've always had positive thinking with your training, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What about when you competed?
So important. Well, I'll tell kind of two stories. Last year, these guys, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know this. With my competing, I was in my head all the time, and it was not always positive. Just because of the hormonal stuff I had going on, I wasn't leaning out, and then that just stretched me out, no, it didn't stretch me out. Well, maybe it did a little, but it stressed me out even more. And so I was just, it was not positive in my head, and I think that definitely, it definitely made the experience not as enjoyable, you know, because it was just harder to stay motivated and stay positive. But the year before, when I was doing what I considered my best at that time, which that's debatable, but
it was amazing.
No, it was amazing, but I just mean, like, I don't know, comparing, like, last year and the year before I proved different things to myself, you know what I mean? So in 2015, yes, I was super positive, and that showed in my journey and how much I enjoyed it. It showed in my posing confidence on stage because it was all the mental talk. And so much of the mental talk will help you stay on track with your program too. And Christy always says this also, if you're like, no, that's gross. So, you know, if someone's having a bunch of food, like you can convince yourself of anything.
Whatever you think is how you'll act, right?
For sure. Like if someone asks you, oh, can you not have that food? Yeah, I can have that food. I choose not to have that food. You know, is that food going to help me with with reaching my goals? No, then I choose not to. It's not that you can't do something, you know.
Yeah, I think on that note too, I like to do my cardio early in the morning, and we've talked about running. Running is kind of my office on the road. If I'm alone and with my headphones, I think in a positive way. But it's also, if you start your day off with your daily mantras or positive affirmations, quotes, things like that.
Oh, I love stuff like that.
That's the best way to start your day, and in doing that, that's going to help you continue throughout having positive experiences, and just starting off right. Otherwise, you'll lose track and focus of your goals, right?
Yeah, I love mantras and just positive quotes, and got notes in my phone that
I love watching yours that you post on Instagram.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add with that, or should we go to people's questions?
The last thing was just the community and the support, which I kind of talked about as well.
So huge.
Yeah, my sister lives here, and she used to watch my videos in Oregon. We've never actually lived close together, and she said, if I lived by you, I'd be so fit. I have to create the community that brings the fitness around me. My friends and who I do, or who I associate with, is what makes me fit,
yes,
right?
That's huge, I feel like.
Yeah.
Even if you aren't in a community that's like-minded, go out and find it. Seek it out. Go find the group that she was talking about, a support system. Find friends in, Facebook communities. And my Facebook communities for my challenge, they are so uplifting and positive and encouraging. And so if you can't find a group local to you, then, join one of my Facebook groups or something.
Yeah, that's excellent. And what I was saying about my sister, now I do live here in Utah, and you guys have seen, some of you have seen her transformation.
Yeah, it's amazing.
She has it within her, but to have that environment around her is what brings her to her best, right?
She was like, if I lived by you, I'd be so fit. And now she is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because you moved here.
And she put in the hard work.
Yes, and she put in the hard work, of course.
Okay, so questions.
Okay, let's see. Let's go back. We're going to answer your guys' questions now. But we're gonna go back to if we're like squinting at the screen, it's because we're reading.
Because she needs glasses.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, we left off. Let's see.
Where do you guys come to Wisconsin?
Okay. Any specific nutrition tips for women with PCOS? So, in my opinion, or either of us, I think. So, I feel like women, that's polycystic ovarian syndrome. Ovarian, either one. I don't know if it's an or just ovary. Do you know?
No.
So, I feel like women with PCOS need to eat a little bit lower carb, I found. And also, if you have your carbs a little bit lower, fats a little bit higher, and keep your protein about where normally would be if you were eating in a deficit. That helps. Also, focus more on measurements. I don't know why, and I've talked to Christy about this before too. I feel like women with thyroid issues and with PCOS type of stuff going on, your weight does not change very quickly, but your measurements will change. So you make these nutrition changes and your body will still start to tighten up, but if you're overly focused on the scale, then you'll get negative and you'll start thinking that your body's not changing when really it is. And so I would recommend going mainly by measurements, but also, yes, your carbs may need to be a little lower, and also cleaner carbs, I think.
Yeah, and I think you're referring mostly to weight loss, and a lot of women with this condition are looking for weight loss.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for nutrition tips just in being healthier and feeling better with PCOS, then just having balanced nutrition, eating whole foods, and incorporating quality supplements is important.
Yeah. Okay. Quick food. I think some of these are ideas for Facebook Lives. Okay. Different levels. I think this is for Facebook Live as well. Let's see. Okay. What is the best way to start training and build your body if you are a complete beginner? Well, one thing, that's the reason why I put out my 15-day challenge. So it's free. Anyone could just download it and give it a try. It's only 15 days. Most people probably, I don't know what percentage, 95% of the people are like, oh my gosh, I love this, and I didn't realize it could be so fun and simple, and they just keep on going with it.
We have a lot of
look it up. Yeah. My daughter's pushing her face up against the screen.
You have a lot of information, so even a beginner that starts can look at that and feel like they're empowered to know what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. What do you do with total beginners?
I start with the basic. I mean, sometimes I tell them if they have a gym membership to go to one of the body pump classes or stuff or something like that.
Yeah, you can learn a lot in that kind of environment.
You can learn a lot, and then beyond that, you're going to want to progress. But definitely, obviously, if you could have a trainer that can work one-on-one with you, that'd be good as well. But definitely go to Lindsay's 15-day challenge and get your start from there.
Yes. Okay, we talked about best ways to train for Spartan Race. Let's see. We talked about that one. How does she improve her grip strength? Good question. That's a great question for this one.
Grip strength. Do a lot of farmer's carries. That's
so
when
you're. Oh, yeah.
That's when you're holding either weights or bars or anything in your hand, and you're keeping shoulder blades back, abs tight, and you're just holding it for as long as you can. That's going to be grip endurance, but along with that, you're also going to build grip strength, and that's going to be important because you have to carry buckets and hang on bars and things. Beyond that, you'd be training for a ninja warrior.
And we don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Shelly. Shelly's on too. Okay. How do you deal with fatigue? I'm about to start week 4 of Lindsay's 6-week challenge, and I'm wiped a lot. I have one thought, and then we'll turn it over.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that when you're eating in a caloric deficit, you are going to be a little tired sometimes, you know? So when you're trying to lose fat, you're eating less than your body needs, right? By a little bit. And so you're going to be a little bit more tired. Chances are you're probably working out a little bit more than you were before, so you're going to be tired from that. So expect a little bit of fatigue, but also make sure you sleep a lot.
Yeah, and that's
I'm not good at that.
I mean,
we're not.
That's what I was going to say. Is a lot of times people are so dialed into their program. They're doing all their workouts. They're killing it. They're eating in the deficit, following their program. But there's a few other things that they miss. One would be water. If you're lacking water, if you feel tired, make sure that you're drinking enough. And there's a lot of different standards for how much water you should be drinking. But water, sleep is going to be another one. A lot of the basic daily needs we forget when we're trying to kill it.
Right. When you're trying to focus on these extra things, you forget the basics.
Yeah. And then another one is supplementation. I mean, having a good quality multivitamin is important, which we have the multivitamins now, right?
We do. Yep.
Good quality multivitamins, and just a lot of the basic essential needs that you have. Sleep, water, quality supplements, and then your program.
I always forget stuff like that. When I'm focusing on my program, like so hardcore, I forget my multivitamin, and I am up so early working out that I don't get enough sleep, you know? It's happens to all of us.
Yeah.
So, okay. Oh, how do you feel about online coaching versus in-person coaching? Do either of you work as online trainers? So we actually both do, yes. And I have an opinion about that. I think that online coaching is awesome, and so is in-person coaching. So I think it just, for me at least, because I've worked with both, it just depends on your stage, I think, stage of your journey, you know? I was at a point where when I met Christy, I really needed someone in person. And I had been working with a coach online that I still love, and she's become a good friend, but I needed someone in person to motivate me and help me, Yeah, I've worked with other in-person trainers before and online, and I think they're both great ways to do it.
Yeah, either one can be great. I feel like in person is a lot for beginners. In person would be good
for
for
sure.
people that need that constant motivation and constant drive, being able to see you daily for accountability. Myself, I've always done online. When I was competing and with my Spartan racing online, because I am a trainer, a coach, and stuff like that. So I have the basic motivation.
Yeah.
I just need that one other person to be able to check in with. So it's same thing that Lindsay says. Just kind of depends on your personality and what you need.
And also what resources you have. Some people live in small towns and there's not good trainers everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, so like look at your gym, mainly like talk to people that you know, see if there's any independent trainers. And if you don't find someone that you click with or feel good about, then definitely online is a good option. Okay. Shelly says, I love having you two around me to support, motivate, push, inspire, and have fun. I think I said this in the wrong order. Surrounding myself with greatness. That is Christy's sister that is talking right there. Okay, Jill says, how can you long distance train for marathons without having, okay, so she means endurance train, not like online coaching, without having your cortisol levels go out of whack? That's a great question for this one.
Yeah.
I keep referring to it as this one.
One, sleep is going to be number one, and being able to nourish your body so that your body's able to fuel off that. A lot of people that do distance and endurance training don't eat enough, so it's not quite ideal to be trying to have a deficit in calories at that point, because that'll throw your cortisol levels all out of whack. When you're also doing all of that, you're putting too much stress and strain on your body, so it's important to eat enough to be able to perform as much as you need to, but then also to get your sleep and everything back in balance as well. So
perfect. Okay, let's see. Is it beneficial to do weights, then cardio, or cardio first? Love your videos. The only thing that's actually worked for me so far over the past 14 years. That's awesome. Thanks, Sherry. Well, I have my whole life have done weights, then cardio. And then Christy told me it's okay to do it the other way. And
I've always done the opposite.
I am actually loving it. So why don't you share your opinion on that?
So there's a couple different reasons. If your main goal is to gain muscle, I would say do a warm-up first and then do your weight training. Whatever you start with is when you have your most focus, your most strength, endurance, all of that. So focus on that first, and then you can do the cardio after. Or you can separate it,
Yeah,
focusing
2 different
on,
sessions.
Yep, which does take more time. But
Right.
If your focus is weight loss, I would say start with your cardio first. Get that heart rate going, get the calories burned, and then you'll be able to carry that over into your weight training session if you're doing them both within one session. You'll be able to burn more overall calories, and your focus will be on the cardio aspect.
Cool. Perfect. Okay. How often should I be going to the gym? Well, that totally depends on the person. So it's hard to say. It depends on your goals. It depends on, I like to start people small. Like if you are not going to the gym at all, start with 3 times a week, and just do slow incremental steps. I would not start from not working out at all to going full force 6 days a week. Because then you have nowhere to go from there.
Yeah. And you might injure yourself or get burned out, right?
Yeah, totally. So whatever you're doing now, try and just step it up a little bit. Is what I would say. Okay. That's true. Shelly says with FaceTime, etc., online training is basically like the same as in person. That's totally true. Stephanie says, I'm doing your Sculpt program and love it, but I still have around 40 pounds to lose and wonder if I should switch back to FBC for a bit and then come back to Sculpt. That's a great question. And honestly, it's really up to you. If you like the way the Sculpt workouts are set up and you like going to the gym and you like the longer, more intense workouts, then I would just stick with the tone track on Sculpt. But if you feel like you want to change up and you want to go back to the more circuit training at home type of workouts, then go to FBC. But whatever you do, stick to the meal plans that go with the workout program you're doing. Because I have the calories and macros set according to the workouts. So, okay, there's Bryce. Okay, that is it, you guys. That's what we have for you today. Christy is awesome. Why don't you tell oh yes. She has got, I asked her what her favorite Ideal Fit product was to help with performance and fitness level. So
yeah, so I think it's important for us many of us want to have endurance, focus, and strength, right? Whether you're weight loss or muscle gain. So the pre-workouts are what I like. And the good thing about these is that there's a stem and a stimulant, which means it has some caffeine in it, and stimulant free. So those of you that work out at night, you might want to use the stem free one so that you can still sleep. Here, I'll put these up here so you can see them while I'm talking. And then the other one is stimulant. So those of you that work out in the morning or in the middle of the day, or you just need that little extra kick, then that would be in there. Passion fruit right here is one of our favorites.
I love that one.
And then cherry limeade right here. So
my favorite is the pineapple mango. What's yours? Of the stim, the caffeine pre-workout.
The passion fruit?
Yeah. You like the passion fruit?
Oh.
For the non-stim? What's your favorite caffeine one?
Caffeine one? Probably this one.
This
the cherry
one?
limeade.
Yeah.
That's why it's almost gone.
Yeah.
Oh, we have another question.
Okay,
here.
wait, real quick. Someone else asked right here, is Sculpt a lot more intense than 15-day? Yes, it's way more intense. The workouts are like more than double the length. So 15-day SBC is like 25-minute at-home circuit training. You're using lighter weights because you're not resting as much. You're just doing circuit training the whole time, mixing some cardio in with your weightlifting. Sculpt is set in a gym setting, but there are at-home modifications. The lifting workouts are about 45 minutes-ish, and then you've got HIIT training and ab workouts on top of that. So it's quite a bit more intense, so the calories are a little bit higher on that one. Okay, question. Oh, Debbie says, I've tried in-person trainers. But didn't enjoy their technique. The ideal trainers keep me motivated and just need to move down to Utah. That's where the best seem to be. Thank you, Debbie. And it's true, though. You have to find someone that motivates you, that you click with. Let's see. Puma is going to give her 15-day program. Go. Perfect. Becky says, I go to the gym 3 times a week. Is that enough for Sculpt? You do have 6 workouts a week, 4 to 5 weightlifting workouts a week, but you can do some of them at home if you need to. So, all right, guys. Christy, why don't you tell us where we can find you?
Instagram and Facebook, Christy Tauti.
How do you spell that?
Kristi, and then last name Tauti.
Perfect. And so you guys check her out, give her a follow, and we'll have her on again sometime. Okay?
We'll do some workout videos.
Yes.
That's what they all want, right?
All right. Thanks, you guys. See ya.